Coming up on 5 Minute News. US to provide supplies as India battles coronavirus. Death toll in fire at Iraqi COVID hospital surpasses 80. And Biden taps oceanographer to lead climate agency weakened by Trump. It's Monday, April 26. I'm Anthony Davis. The United States will immediately send raw materials for COVID-19 vaccines, medical equipment and protective gear to help India respond to a massive surge in coronavirus infections, US President Joe Biden said on Sunday. Just as India sent assistance to the United States as our hospitals were strained early in the pandemic, we are determined to help India in its time of need, Biden said on Twitter after the White House announced a list of measures. National Security Council spokeswoman Emily Horne said US officials were working around the clock to deploy available resources and supplies to help India manufacture the COVID Shield vaccine and tend to the millions of Indians who are sick and dying. The United States will also send therapeutics, rapid diagnostic test kits, and ventilators. Washington was under mounting pressure to help India, the world's largest democracy, after Britain, France, and Germany pledged aid over the weekend. For the fourth straight day, India on Sunday set a global daily record of new coronavirus infections, spurred by an insidious new variant. The surge has undermined the government's premature claims of victory over the pandemic. The unfolding crisis is most visceral in India's overwhelmed graveyards and crematoriums, and in heartbreaking images of gasping patients dying on their way to hospitals due to lack of oxygen. Burial grounds around the capital, New Delhi, are running out of space. Bright, glowing funeral pyres light up the sky in other badly hit cities. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged all citizens to be vaccinated and exercise caution as the country set a global record for new COVID-19 infections in a single day. The death toll from a massive fire at a Baghdad hospital for coronavirus patients rose to at least 82 on Sunday as anxious families searched for missing relatives and the government suspended key health officials for alleged negligence. The flames, described by one witness as volcanoes of fire, swept through the intensive care unit of the Ibn al-Khatib hospital, which tends exclusively to COVID-19 patients with severe symptoms. Officials said the blaze, which also injured 110 people, was set off by an exploding oxygen cylinder. Most of those killed suffered severe burns. Others were overcome by smoke, unwilling to leave behind relatives hooked up to ventilators. Widespread negligence on the part of health officials is to blame for the fire, Iraq's Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi said on Sunday. Following a special cabinet meeting to discuss the blaze, the government suspended key officials, including the health minister and the governor of Baghdad province. Other officials, including the hospital director, were dismissed from their posts. It took firefighters and civil defense teams until early Sunday to put out the flames. Joe Biden has tapped Rick Spinrad to lead the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the federal agency at the vanguard of climate, weather, and ocean science for the United States. The nomination marks the potential end to a rocky period in NOAA's history, where the agency went years without a permanent leader while enduring scandal during the Trump administration. Spinrad, an oceanography professor at Oregon State University and the former chief scientist of NOAA, was among a cohort of environment-related nominees publicized by the White House for Earth Day. NOAA has an expansive role in protecting the U.S. economy and environment, including providing weather forecasts, monitoring climate, managing fisheries, and helping with marine commerce. It oversees offices such as the National Weather Service and the National Ocean Service. Donald Trump nominated businessman Barry Lee Myers to head the agency in 2017, but Myers later withdrew over health concerns after he went unconfirmed for more than 2 years. Trump then nominated Neil Jacobs, NOAA's acting administrator, who similarly never received a Senate vote. Meanwhile, the agency came under fire in 2019 when it released a statement defending Trump's inaccurate claims that a hurricane would seriously affect Alabama, undermining its own meteorologists, who had tried to set the record straight. After years of turmoil, Spinrad's champions voiced their excitement about a team that could competently address some of the world's most existential threats. You can subscribe to 5 Minute News on YouTube with your preferred podcast app. Ask your smart speaker or enable 5 Minute News as your Amazon Alexa flash briefing skill. Subscribe, rate and review online at 5minute.news. 5 Minute News is an Evergreen Podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily.